my daily bias was wrong. And I see why. Okay, let me go through today's trade. What I saw was that let's go to the daily. On the daily, we are going down. Obviously, this is down, right? So far, so good. On the 4 hour, we're going down. We had a break of structure right here, but going down, right? This is midnight right here. Thursday, Friday, and then we come today right here. This is starting today. Let's go to the 1 hour. My daily bias was we're gonna continue this downward movement, but I forgot the fact that we were coming down, making equal lows, a lower high, lower low, but then a lower high and a higher low. And I didn't really see that. I don't know why I just completely saw right straight past that. Yeah. So when we go to the 15 minute, you can tell we swept what was this liquidity. And I thought, okay, we had swept this liquidity. Let's just make this a little more visible. So we swept this liquidity and we actually did this. We sweep down. And you can see afterwards, I don't know why I did not notice this, but this was the higher low. And then we made a higher low and a higher high and then a higher low, or actually equal lows. And then we were consolidating a little bit. Then a higher high, a higher low. And then we come to today where we begin to trade. Today was actually right here somewhere. This was today actually. Let's put the line there instead. Oh my god, what was that? There we go. So I don't know why I did not realize this movement, which is clearly an upgoing movement. So when we look into this, we sweep liquidity, create this high, actually a lower low compared to this one, and then we consolidate in this area. And my trade was, let's go to the 5 minute. This was my trade. I just did this for fun. This one I took an extra trade. You know we shouldn't trade more than once. But I mean, it's not live money, so it's okay. And I am learning, so I think it's better to learn doing more trades a day, because when you're doing more trades, you get more learning experience, right? So we know we're actually breaking structure to the upside, and I don't know why I didn't see that. I was so focused on this part, where we just sweep liquidity, create a low, sweep liquidity, go down again, sweep liquidity, and then basically do that all the time. I took the trade off of the 1 minute, where we can see, let's see, here we are. Let's go squeeze this together a little bit. So, we swept liquidity once again, and I entered off of this candle where we were a bit in danger, and I put my stop loss above this area of liquidity because I knew we only just swept it. So I was like, yeah, above the liquidity sweep. And I saw a break of structure on this candle, but we moved up again, and then we had a break of structure right here, and then I was like, okay, and then we went down and I was like, yes. Then we went up and I was like, fuck. But then we obviously came down and took out my take profit, which was this low. So that was a good trade. Then I thought, okay, we're just retracing on this one. So I took another trade going lower, but I didn't really know, so I just put a very tight stop loss on here. because I thought that we could only reach this. No, I might have entered off of this candle, yeah, because we were going lower, and I thought this was going to be the highest of high, so that was going to be the highest of the retracement, which obviously it wasn't. We went down, I was like, yes, I'm right, and I just targeted this, but I thought it would actually come down even further, and we would see this on the daily. We were going down. I thought that this was just a continuation of that trend on the 1 minute. Obviously it wasn't, and I got stopped out right here, and since then it's actually just continued upwards. And this is where I ate breakfast and did the dishes and stuff like that, cleaned up, so I didn't really look at the market. Then I came back and I was like, okay, we're going up, and if we go to the 15 minute, we swept this liquidity, and I thought we were gonna see, obviously we saw, let's go 5 minutes, whoa, wow. We saw liquidity was swept, and then I was like, okay, we can enter trade off of, and I entered here, because we were within 1 minute. This is where I went wrong. I only looked at 5 and 1 minute, and mostly 1 minute, so I didn't even realize that we were going in an uptrend. That's why I went short on this one. That's why I fucked up on this one. I saw these, I was like, okay, we're gonna see a oh, god damn it. I can just remove that. I saw this huge imbalance, but forgot we were on the 1 minute. So we went down, we chop, but I entered off of this one thinking, oh, we see a 1 minute break of structure, we're gonna go down, and I just targeted this area. Actually I only targeted this low just because I didn't really know. Again, stop loss above the liquidity sweep, which was the liquidity sweep of this over here somewhere. But I knew we had these, so I knew that whenever we hit it, we would see some chop action, and we did, all the way down here. And I just moved this fair value gap down whenever we actually hit it and we saw price react off of it. I just moved it, so now we could see if price decided to go down and hit this, it would probably do something again. Well, I took a trade once again, put stop, or take profit right here, stop loss above this liquidity sweep, but that's when I realized we were in an uptrend. Obviously uptrend. So I just fucked up, basically, and my computer's dying now. Okay, we in this trade right now, but we're not in this trade, we're actually in a trade looking like this, and then stop beneath here. And I'll tell you why. Let's just see where we could put this. This would probably go here somewhere. So we're at once, yeah, probably higher than that. But you see, where I went wrong was we are looking at a serious downtrend, and this is just looking at the 5 minute, but you can see it very easily. We're going down. But we have this liquidity line over here we just took out, and I thought, well, oh my god, let's get into this. So I didn't think it through. I wasn't thinking liquidity sweep, break of structure up to the upside. I was thinking we took out liquidity, saw a little bit of a breakup or retracement, and then followed down to this line. But I've just come to the conclusion that my daily bias was wrong, and instead of taking this short, I should actually consider this my order block. This positive fair value gap So it looks even crazy on the 1 minute, but so we took out liquidity line right here. We broke structure on this candle. You can see we break this high. So we have a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low, a higher high. We break even better on this one. This is the actual break. So we break structure, a higher high, a higher low, and then we're gonna continue upwards. So that's liquidity sweep, break of structure, fair value gap, and order block. So it's a fair value gap, order block entry, and then we go up. That's the theory. But I've not been in this situation a lot of times where I don't know what to call it, but where we change direction like that. It's more been we follow the trend, where this is reversing the trend or whatever. And you can see right now we're just hitting. Oh my god, this is annoying to look at. Put away these. So we just hit this fair value gap, which is a 5-minute micro fucking fair value gap. We hit it, bang. But we poked through, so we can just erase that. So I will tell you how it went afterwards. Let's see if my new daily bias is correct. Okay, so we're back. Let's get some internet on here, so we can see what actually happened. Jeg lukker lige hurtigt døren her. Der er Paradise i baggrunden. Okay, so as you can see, I was right, but it took a lot longer than I expected. I would have hoped for this to have been the retracement and then from there for it to go up again. But that's just me not having enough market experience. But we hit take profit, so let's see. And as you can see, we hit it. So another very successful trade. Today it's Wednesday, 12th of February, and gold, where I saw a liquidity sweep off of this liquidity, then saw a liquidity sweep, yes, right here. Actually, it's barely a liquidity sweep. That's why this is kind of a risky trade, because we only saw liquidity right here get taken out, and we saw break of structure right here on this candle, because we have a high, a lower high, and then a lower low. So that's what I took the trade off of. I took it off. We had a fair value gap that has gotten smaller and smaller. It started like this, you see, from here to here, and then every time we poked into it, it chopped up, and then when it was here, I think it was here, yeah. So when we poked into it on here, on this candle, you can barely see it. Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger. We poked into it and then we started going downwards, and that's when I entered on this candle, and it was probably up here somewhere. And then I just put my stop loss above the liquidity sweep, so that means above here, not above here. I don't know why. I could probably move it, but yeah. We saw price go down and go all the way down to these lows, where I now realize that we could probably have taken stop loss to here and take profit to these, so that would have made it a pretty good risk reward compared to how short-term trade this was, because this is literally like half an hour at maximum. I would have probably almost hit it here, you see. So I mean, right now it's, yeah, we're coming back up. Hopefully we don't hopefully we just take out these highs and then continue down, because we are in a downtrend on gold. You see, we're going down since the all-time high is up here, so we are going down, and I'm just hoping that we continue the trend. The other trade I've taken is on oil. We saw this massive, you see, we have here liquidity line within here, this area. We saw a sweep of that. We saw a 15-minute fair value gap right here, and I hope to see it. You see, we poked into it right here and then continued downwards. I just hope that we would see equilibrium from within here. This is where I would have hoped to enter, but obviously we were nowhere close to that. So I looked for another place to enter, and that was within equilibrium on from the low here to this high. And yeah, I took the trade off of this candle. And now it looks like this. The area of take profit order, my target is down here. So let's see where these trades go. We finally hit take profit. That took a while, or I mean, it didn't. It's 11:41, and I've just done some more work on my book. And okay, I guess take profit didn't quite get hit on the app yet. Oh my fucking god, come on, just hit it, god damn it. We're so close and we know it's gonna happen. And oh, there we go. Take profit hit. Holy shit. Wait, it's 14:30. That's why. So the Powell guy has been speaking. I forgot to check that. No, it's CPI. Oh, well. Worked out for me, I guess. What the fuck? I completely forgot about CPI. Well, another trade. Third trade of today. And now we're up in the game. We're up. That's $115 today. More people should be doing this. This is actually crazy easy. I mean, what the fuck? Recap of this trade was we took out these highs and we saw a break of structure off of that. Whoa, wait a minute. So yeah, we just saw a break of structure. And I really didn't put that much effort into this. I didn't wait for anything. I think I just entered. I was like, well, this is the area that we would obviously want to enter this trade off of, because we could just enter like when we hit the order block. Just do an order block entry right there. That would have put the risk reward at 5.2. But I was like, okay, well, let's just get into it. And I just pushed the button. Okay, today it is Thursday the 13th. And I took a trade on gold. The trade I took was off of... Actually, wait a minute, what did I do? It was... let me see... Today there was not a lot of thinking about anything. It was basically only during liquidity sweep, break of structure. And here we see liquidity land within this area. Then we just see liquidity sweep. Let me just go to the 5-minute. So we see liquidity, and then I got stopped out on this one here, but I took another trade around here where we obviously won. So that's 2 trades. I just think it's because I kept my stop loss too tight. I put it up here I think. I don't remember actually. But we got stopped out. And then I think I took another one off of this candle where I was like, okay, well, we have a break of structure. I'm not quite sure on that one. I've taken hella trades lately. See, we also took this one where we had a liquidity sweep off of the liquidity line all the way over here. You see, get up, take out liquidity, and then we see a break of structure. Then this was the last trade I took, I think. Which is why I didn't see this. So I just saw it when we came back into it, so I thought, okay, we're going back up and into this fair value gap. I didn't see anything. I was like, okay, well, we're coming back down now. So basically just liquidity sweep, break of structure. We could have waited for this fair value gap to get entered, which it obviously did. And yeah, we could just have entered off of that. I think I entered right here. Actually here. And we came down. And then I put my stop loss above this area of liquidity, this high. Then I took 2 trades on oil, because we saw here we had a liquidity sweep, and then I saw a break of structure off of these 2. So when we came down into this order block, I think, no, this was too late too. Yeah, I was only watching the markets right here. So I saw we can come down, collect even more, then we get a break of structure. So I entered off of this candle where we see the break of structure, and I just thought, yeah, we're gonna continue upwards. Obviously we got stopped out right here. So I just took another trade. And I think, what did I do? I think this trade got cancelled because it's a fucking game. So whenever I had more than 2 trades going at once, then it for some reason just cancelled the earliest one, I think, or the last one, I don't really know. So we didn't get anything, or we took profit or something. I don't really remember. But yeah, you can see we have actually lower highs, so I mean it doesn't matter. We took it off of this, so we come down, sweep liquidity right here, see a break of structure on this candle, and that's everything I saw. I was just like, liquidity sweep, break of structure, bam, enter. And we entered, and target was this high, but it hasn't been hit yet. But there's no more trades on the app, so I mean, yeah, don't worry about it. We made money today. And no more trading today because my brain is dead now. It's, yeah. Oh. Only trade when you're in the right headspace. That is the note from today. And analyze a lot more before you take the trade. Instead of, because it's not safe enough to just see a break of structure and enter off of that. I mean, it can work, obviously, but I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, it's Friday the 14th, so it's Valentine's Day. And today's trade is just on oil. Let's see, because we are in a downtrend, as you can see, on the 4 hour. We had this break of structure to the upside, but we had a lower low, so I'm considering that a continuing on the 4 hour trend downwards, because we didn't close higher, so we didn't create that higher low. So I thought we could reach equilibrium. You will see here, yesterday we started going up again, and I hope we could get into this fair value gap and go for a short, which is within equilibrium. but I'm gonna just delete that for now, because when we go to the, and as you can see, it's a huge fucking fair value gap. It's a 4-hour fair value gap. So if we go to the 15 minute, let's just make this visible. You can see we have the big fair value gap right here. In that I thought equilibrium is about here, so I thought, okay, what highs can we take out that is close to that? And that is the highs right here and up here. I don't know why I marked that out actually. Let's delete that. That's not a real high. This is a high, and then we have a high up here, and then I guess this is a high. But we're just claiming this as the high because that's where price changed direction. And that's where we had our fair value gap at. I just moved it upwards because we pushed into that in these candles where we had our enter somewhere. I'll just show you what was going through my brain. So we have a fair value gap right here. Let's see. We have this fair value gap, but it's way smaller than this one. So when we pushed up into this, you can see we start hitting the highs from over the other way, and that pushed us down, and we created these equal lows, but then we created a higher high. But that's where we see the break of structure to the downside. That's where I started thinking about where to take my short. You can see every time we hit this, we bounce back up a bit. So actually it's only this big, the fair value gap, because we took out the value on this candle. On these candles actually, and you can see it's still happening right here. Every time we push down, there's just some orders getting filled, and then we push back up. So we still have a bit of resistance right here, and that's just how trading is. We have a lot more resistance up here though. So I actually just waited for us to come back into this fair value gap and this order block, and you can see we did that on this candle and this wick. And when we hit equilibrium on from the bottom hit to this top, or from this top to this bottom, you can see equilibrium right here. It fits perfectly with the order block. So when we hit that, I just pushed the button, and we entered like this. And I have put my stop be a little over this liquidity sweep, and then hopefully we push through this fair value gap and all the way down to this one, which is the price action we have going on here. I might put it up here just because I think that is more reachable, some of these, but you can't do like half or anything, so you just sell everything when you sell. So I might move it up like to here or something, because we have another. Actually, we don't. No, never mind. We have taken out the value of this during these moments. So yeah, once we get through this, I think we can reach this. Plus, we're in a downtrend, so nonetheless, we should go down. So I think we're gonna stick to this and see how it plays out. Okay, I just came home from working out and running errands, and as you can see, we almost hit take profit right here, and it was almost, 3.5 basically. That is a damn good like risk reward. So I think going onward I will not go beyond 3, because if I had gone for 3, then we would have hit take profit. So note to myself, oh shit, risk reward ratio should be maximum 3, because as you can see we got stopped out right here, and that's probably, we took out this liquidity right here, and then we had a break of structure to the upside. going just because we see on the 4 hour, we can actually see it on the daily. Let's go to the daily. Okay, here we go. As you can see on the daily, okay, I guess we broke structure to the upside on the daily. And that's, as you can see, we didn't make a new low. So we're breaking structure to the upside on the daily. I only checked the 4 hour. What does the 4 hour say? Oh, fuck. I need a shower. Okay, so on the 4 hour, we actually, let's see. Because this is the break of structure to the upside. We're going down, break of structure. On this one we close up here, and this is the previous lows. On the daily this would be the low, and then the break of structure. And we didn't come down beyond this point. So I guess the downtrend has stopped. If I had seen that, no, I think my daily bias was we're going down, and we'll continue to do that because we didn't create a higher low, but I guess we did now. Yeah, I guess we did create a higher low right here. So we had the low, then we had equal highs. This is very rough, just going on over what happened over the last couple of days. So we're going down, you see, and then a lower high, and then we had some lower highs right here, equal. I guess we had some relatively equal lows, see, higher low, equal lows relatively, and then we get a higher low and equal highs right here, and higher high, equal highs. Then we get a higher high, and then we come down and we don't take out these lows. So yeah, my daily bias was wrong, because we had coming down, this is the 4 hour break of structure, or the daily break of structure, I'm sorry, and we come down, and then what happens? We come up for a, we're going down. We follow the trend, I mean, but we haven't taken out these, but we should do that in this. We just come further down. Okay, we're going over this again. Okay, on the daily, high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, higher high. So is this a break of structure, or is this just a retracement that goes beyond this? See, we're going down. So my daily bias was we're going down, and on the 4 hour, I'm sorry, my computer starts getting very noisy. We have a 4 hour fair value gap. We're still going down. We had equilibrium from this high to this low, and as you can see, we just tapped into it. Going on to the hourly. Yeah, so I guess we're within equilibrium. And now we can move this fair value gap up because it has taken the value out. And I took my trade right here, so I was just in a 1 hour uptrend. I took a short. So I was going against the trend, but I was going within my daily bias. I just didn't think we could reach these highs because of this massive fair value gap, the 4-hour fair value gap. So I thought this was the highs we were going to take out and then continue lower. Apparently I was wrong. We're coming within equilibrium and this fair value gap. So now, if my daily bias is correct and we're going down, now we should see a break of structure again to the downside. So I could take a trade more and hope for the exact same result, or not the exact same, because I want to actually win the trade. Are we recording? We are recording, right? Yeah. So we're just in a retracement, and when we go to the 15-minute, I saw a break of structure. Actually, that was on the 5-minute because we took out the highs. I saw that. And let's just do this. Took out the highs. We saw a break of structure. We came within the order block on the 5-minute and then took the trade off of that order block fair value gap entry, you know. So I did correctly followed my trading plan. We came up within once again, retesting, and then we continued downwards. We did this a couple of times, as you can see. Came up into this area and then continued down. So I just had a too big risk reward. It was just a little too big. 0.43. That's crazy. Oh my god. So I did correctly, I just risk management was not correct or too ambitious. Because now we actually could have taken a long off of sweeping these, liquidity sweep, break of structure. We could do that. I considered actually when we were here, we took out these highs and then a break of structure, but that would have been a revenge trade. I was working out at this point, and that I just saw I lost the trade, and I didn't want a revenge trade because, as you know, we shouldn't revenge trade. We should just stick to the trading plan, and I did correctly. The market just had other plans, and you can see now we're having the exact same as here. So we sweep liquidity and then break of structure, because the break was these lows. You see we have a higher high than these highs, then we have a higher low, higher high, higher low, and then we higher high, oh, lower low. So we break structure. So now we could take a trade off of, we have this fair value gap right here. Actually we have a fair value gap right here, but the imbalance is this big currently. We don't know where this candlestick ends, so we are just going to stick to this, and then we have a order block right here. See, I'm getting good at noticing these things, and that's just spending time on charts and just analyzing what is going on. So we could hope for that this is now the right trade, and we could, if we come up into this, let's just hope this closes around here, then we could go for a short when it retraces up within this order block and this fair value gap. Then we could put our stop loss a little beyond the about the liquidity sweep, and then we could try to take out these lows. And then, oh my god, we would come beyond sorry, bad humor. We'll come beyond the 3, so now not risking more, we're just gonna stick to 3, and if we come up within this, I will take a trade and I will tell you how this goes, because now, oh, we closed beneath these lows, so we have a 5-minute break of structure. So if we come within this fair value gap and obviously this order block. We will, oh my god, I'm gonna delete this so we can see better. Also, I changed my candlesticks colors so I could see better within the, what is it called? The position show thingies. Because green and red just, yeah, it's camouflage. So, hopefully within the next half an hour we come up within this, and I will take the trade and I will return back to you. Only having a risk reward of 3. If we are right about this, the, oh my god, I lost all the wording. If we're correct, so if we are correct in our daily bias, we should see a continuous downward movement off of this. But now, taking risk management more into consideration and only risk 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, boom. Yeah. I'll get back to you if we hit this. I was just editing the last of the trading recap, what I just spoken about right here. And as you can see, we already hit take profit. So we didn't come up retracing into this area, so it didn't take a trade. But we already hit the take profit I would have, I set for myself. So a risk reward of 3 is actually very good. That's a good, quick note to myself. Another note, it will not always retrace into the fair value gap order block. Even though it did here quite a few times, we didn't see it on this one. So unfortunately I didn't get to trade this because it wasn't in my trading plan to just look for a break of structure. I tried that yesterday and it didn't work out. So I will only take more secure, more confident trades where I see a liquidity sweep, break of structure, and then either fair value gap or order block entry, and hopefully also equilibrium. That is my trading plan, and we didn't see any of that in this, but it would have been a great trade if you're just a very risky trader just looking for a liquidity sweep and break of structure. This would have been your trade. It would have been quite a good trade, even though it might have been like this instead. But that's, then you could also be putting your stop loss within the fair value gap or above the fair value gap, and then you would have a risk reward of 2.4, which is pretty good. But yeah, that's it for this week. No more trading. It's the weekend. Tomorrow we're just hitting Saturday, so yeah, the markets are closed. Thank you for watching this week's trading recap. I'll be back with another one next week. Yeah, thank you for watching.